Good morning, everyone. My name is Kunal Hembrom, and today I'll be talking about budget highlights. So, to begin with budget highlights, the three main goals of the budget are: number one is the focus on growth and all-inclusive welfare. Number three is promoting technology-enabled development, energy transition, and climate action. Number three is virtuous cycle starting from private investment crowded in by public capital investment. Uh, so there are four major priorities of this year's budget. First we have PM Gati Shakti, then we have inclusive development, then financing of investments, and then we have productivity enhancement and investment, sunrise opportunities, energy transition, and climate action. So let's talk more about PM Gati Shakti, which is actually driven by seven engines. Those engines are roads, railways, airports, ports, mass transport, waterways, and logistics infrastructure. There's also this national master plan aimed at world-class modern infrastructure and logistics synergy. Uh, so talking about the various aspects of PM Gati Shakti, which are we have expressways. So formulation of master plan for expressways, completing 25,000 kilometer national highways. Then we have logistics, unified logistics interface platform allowing data exchange among all mode operators. Then we have a railway network. So there's this integration of postal and railway networks, facilitating parcel movement. Then we have urban transport, so multimodal connectivity between mass urban transport and railway stations. So now let's talk about what are the budget plans for the agriculture and food processing sector. So the government has proposed some new initiatives like chemical-free natural farming, post-harvest value creation, use of kitchen drones to aid farmers, delivery of digital high-tech services to farmers. Then also we have implementation of cane Betwaling project. Then there is the launching fund with blended capital. So let's talk about what we have in the education sector. So the government has decided that virtual labs and skilling labs are to be set up to promote critical thinking skills and stimulated learning environment. Startups will also be promoted to facilitate drone Shakti for drone as a service. A digital university will also be established with world-class quality universal education. A digital ecosystem for skilling and livelihood, this Stacky portal will also be launched. So now talking about the healthcare sector. So 2 lakh Anganwadis to be upgraded to Saksham Anganwadis. Uh, the government has promised that National Tele-Mental Health Program will also be launched for quality counseling, and also integrated architecture for Mission Shakti, Mission Vatsalya, Saksham Anganwadi, and Poshan 2.0 to be launched. So as we talked about that there is an all-inclusive welfare focus for this budget. So we have Har Ghar Har Nal Se Jal, where 3.8 crore households to be covered in 2022 to 23. PM Divine Fund, uh, which would fund infrastructure and social development based on felt needs of the Northeast. Then we have Vibrant Villages program, which are targeting development of villages on the northern border left out. Then we have digital payments. So scheduled commercial banks to set up 25 digital banking units in scheduled commercial banks to set up 75 digital banking units in 75 districts. Then we have PM Awas Yojana. So 80 lakh houses to be completed in 22-23. Then we have aspirational blocks program, which are for the development of lagging blocks of aspirational districts. And we have digital banking by post offices, in which 100% of post offices to come on the core banking system. So now let's talk about productivity enhancement and investment. So we have ease of doing business 2.0, where we have support to 5G under PLI scheme, then expanding scope of Parivesh portal, then end-to-end online e-bill system, and opening up defense R&D for industry and startups. Then about ease of living, where we have issuance of cheap embedded e-passports, also modernization of building bylaws. We also have establishing centers of excellence in urban planning, and also providing a battery swapping policy as an alternative. So now let's talk about financing of investment, where we have public investments to continue to pump private investment and demand in 22-23. Introduction of digital rupee by RBI starting from this year, and providing greater fiscal space to states. So here are some major tax proposal of this year's budget. Uh, in number one, we have allowing taxpayers to file updated return within 2 years of correcting errors. Then we have increasing tax deduction limit on employers' contribution to NPS account of state government employees. Then we have extending period of incorporation of ineligible startups for providing tax incentives. Then we have any surcharge or cess on income and profits not allowable as business expenditure. So this is where rupee comes from, and this is where rupee goes to. So rupee comes from, we have non-debt capital receipts for 2%, income tax for 15%, union excise duties for 7%, corporation tax for 15%, GST for 16%, customs for 5%, non-tax revenue for 5%, and borrowing and other liabilities for 35%. And this is where rupee goes to. Uh, we have central sector schemes for 15%, finance commission and other transfers for 10%, state store of taxes and duties for 17%, interest payments for 20%, defense for 8%, subsidies for 8%, centrally schemes for 9%, pensions for 4%, and other expenditure for 9%. So here are the allocation to major schemes. We have National Health Mission for 37,800 crore. Then we have Jal Jeevan Mission for 60,000 crore. Then National Education Mission for 3,900 and 553 crore. And then we have PM Kishan for 68,000 crore, Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana for 6,400 crore, and Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana for 10,000 crore. And here are the ministry-wise allocations. We have communications, chemicals, fertilizers, agriculture, rural development, railways, defense, home affairs, and consumer affairs. Uh, so yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.